What is up, YouTube? It's RSmario here, and man, I had to do this, man. I tried that to do. I said nope, I'm not gonna do it because I don't do movies, but this trailer is one of the best trailers I've ever seen for a movie. I've never seen a trailer do so much and tell so little about what's going on. This is the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer. Oh my goodness, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Alright, I analyzed the first two trailers, and you can check those out if you want to. I just had to do it. I couldn't stop. I could not. The analysis machine was like, nope, you're gonna do this. Do it. So I did it. So yeah, so let's hop on into this. Alright, so we start off with a shot of Daisy Ridley's character. I keep wanting to call her Ren. Her name is Rey. We see Rey basically in her scavenger outfit. At first, I thought this was the African chick who I forgot her name. But I thought this was her character at first, because the character does look alien, but then if you look closer, it's just, someone in, like, clothes for, like, a desert. Next, we see a shot of, basically a beautifully shot, by the way. The cinematography in this movie is awesome. Like, Disney, you guys need to lock down the cinematographer for this movie and just make him the official cinematographer of Disney. Alright, he needs to do everything, like Disney movies, Marvel movies, Star Wars movies. He needs to be the guy. He's the go-to guy for cinematography. But yeah, this is definitely a shot of Rey basically exploring the downed, Star Destroyer, that's on Jakku. The next shot, we see a ship leaving Jakku, and this is kind of a throwback to, episode 4 with Luke being on Tatooine and basically wanting to leave. We see, here, we see Rey. She basically is looking like she wants to leave. She definitely wants to be on that ship. Next shot we have is a shot of Finn, and Finn is basically, this is probably right before he defects. He's basically like, he's seen something. More than likely, this takes place either after the torture scene with Poe Dameron, or after the attack on Jakku. Basically, the attack on Jakku, the night scene with all the fire, basically, that we see in a couple trailers. This basically happens after one of those two scenes. Basically that's probably the breaking point for him. And he's basically saying, he's all his life, he's basically been, raised to do one thing, and now he has nothing to fight for. He's basically been raised to fight, and now there's nothing for him to fight for because he doesn't have faith in the New Order anymore. Next, we get to Kylo. Alright, so we get to Kylo Ren, and of course, we see a shot, it's an interesting shot. Of course, it's got, the famous J.J. Abrams, lens flare. You can't have a J.J. Abrams movie without a lens flare. It's impossible. But the big thing we get here in this shot and the next shot, is we get kind of close-ups of Kylo Ren without the hood. Now, for me, it looks weird, since technically all the shots we've seen of him, he's had the hood and the helmet, or he's had none of them at all. He just his regular face, just out there. Now, this shot without the hood is just weird to me, because I've never seen him without the hood, but with the helmet, if you understand what I'm saying. Just with the helmet, his head looks smaller, I guess. It's weird without the hood, I just say that. Also, it looks like he has two different helmets. This one seems to be his more casual helmet, seeing as though it's like, it seems leathery, like it's specifically the mouthpiece, the mouth plate part is basically a leather piece. It's not like metallic, like in the next scene we see here the mouthpiece is definitely silver, it's metallic. Everything seems more hardened, like something you would see for battle. And it also seems a bit beat up, like he's been in a battle. And you see he does have a guest here. And that guest is Poe Dameron, or Poe Dameron, I guess you want to call him in this scene. Poor Poe Dameron. He's basically getting tortured here. He's getting mind raped by Kylo Ren. Now this scene I definitely think this scene takes place before, Finn, before he defects. Because that's the only time I can think when Finn would get blood on himself. Because if this takes place after the Jakku incident, like when Kylo goes to Jakku and he basically goes apeshit and starts cutting people. Most of the weapons in Star Wars are laser based. So, lasers, they cut, but they don't leave blood. They cut and burn. So basically, they don't even really cut. They really burn through objects. So there's no bleeding because any wound is basically cauterized. So there's no blood there. And the same thing when you get shot with a blaster, there's no blood there. There's maybe internal bleeding, but there's no outward bleeding because it's a burn straight through. So the only time I can think he would get that, Finn would get blood on his uniform is during his torture sequence. Maybe he's the one who has to take, Poe to his cell after he's been, after he's been manhandled by, Kylo and some other people to get the information. Also, I think this is how Kylo gets either one of two pieces of information. Either one, this is where they find the rebel base that we see later in the trailer, or two, this is where he gets information on where the saber is, which is basically how he figures out about Jakku. Next scene is basically a planet getting annihilated. Now, if you've probably seen the movie poster where they have this big circular Death Star 3.0 type of thing. I didn't get a chance to analyze the movie poster because life came up, so Sunday when it came out, I didn't get a chance to really check it out. I had to postpone a bunch of stuff because stuff came up. So, but on the poster there is a big like Death Star 3.0 type of thing, and this is probably the test fire of it just annihilating a planet. Next shot we see is Finn and Rey basically listening to Han tell them all the legends and stories that they've heard are true. So hokey religions, saber, lightsaber swords, all this stuff is true. More than likely living on the Outer Rim, and of course Finn being in the New Order, they probably didn't get the truth about exactly what happened. Outer Rim residents probably don't know that Jedis were real. Since there were not a lot of Jedis on the Outer Rim in the first place before the Purge, after the Purge, and after, the end of the Empire, they probably still don't know about Jedi. Since the only Jedi is Luke, and he's in hiding, I guess. So, of course, Rey wouldn't really know much about Jedi. And Finn wouldn't know about Jedi because he's probably been fed, New Order propaganda, So, he's telling him that, yeah, basically the Force and all this stuff is real. Next, see, this is the money shot right here. We have Kylo Ren in the ring with a bunch of dudes in helmets. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, well, this could be the Knights of Ren, but I think the Knights of Ren will be a little bit more formal, and they all would have kind of like maybe jerry-rigged lightsabers of different types or something. They would all at least look kind of like Kylo or kind of like Vader. More than likely, these guys are bandits. Not bandits, bounty hunters. Now, we do know in Empire Strikes Back, Vader hires bounty hunters to go out and find, Luke and Leia and Han. Alright, so Kylo probably does the same thing here. He probably hires bounty hunters to go and find Rey and Finn, after, they escape Jakku or whatever. We can tell that these guys aren't members of, the Knights of Ren, because they all have various different weapons, and a lot of them are blasters. Specifically, like this dude on the far right that has a blaster like rifle type of deal. I don't know what this dude in the back has, but whatever it is, it's big and it looks like some kind of sword. This dude right here in the left hand side in the front looks like he has some sort of baton. This dude right beside him looks like he has some kind of rifle or some kind of bowcaster or something. And of course the dude over there in the far right in the corner in the back looks like he has some kind of spear or staff. So all these weapons are different. All their outfits are different. They're definitely probably bounty hunters. No Boba Fett in sight though, so it doesn't look like he got out of that Sarlacc pit. Sorry, Boba fans, but yeah, he's being digested. So this shot right here, we see, basically the New Order troops have taken over some area, and there's some clue of what this area is later in the trailer, especially if you look at that rock formation in the right above the shoulder of this dude in the camera here in the right corner. It looks a lot like something else we'll see later in the trailer. But one of the things we see here is we see something coming toward these stormtroopers, and they seem to be getting ready for something. And those guys over there are definitely the X-Wings flying over the water, looking freaking badass. Just flying over the water. Again, cinematography. Lock this dude down, man. But yeah, they're basically, the X-Wings are about to come in and do a ground run, just take these dudes out. We see a wider shot of the wrecked area that could be something important. Next shot we see here is temple-like place. Now, some people are saying that this is some kind of Jedi enclave. I don't really think so. I think more likely this is the birthplace of the New Republic and the home of the Resistance. Why? The flags. If you're trying to hide somewhere, I mean, you wouldn't put multicolored flags all over the hiding spot. I mean, that's basically like a big target, like, hey, look, I'm over here. Follow the multicolored flags. You know, no, you wouldn't really do that. You would hide somewhere more inconspicuous. More than likely, this is kind of like the Senate Hall for the Republic. You know, this is a meeting place for the leaders of all the different systems that work with the Resistance. That's why all the flags are here. And that's probably why this place gets annihilated by the New Order. We see Captain Phasma on Jakku. This scene right here. Now, this scene, there's a lot of speculation about this scene. You see Rey basically crying over somebody who's died. Now, this could be one of three characters. The first one being Max von Sydow. Now, we don't exactly know who Max von Sydow is. There's a rumor that his character is kind of like the de facto governor of Jakku and father figure to Rey. And that technically, he was a Grand Moff during the Battle of Jakku, and he was the captain of the Star Destroyer that got crashed on Jakku, and he got left for dead on the planet by the Empire, or the New Order technically, and he's pretty pissed about it, and he basically turns on the New Order, and this could be him. This could be Max von Sydow dead, because we don't know if he's playing an alien or a regular person, but this could be him, and this could be why she's crying, because he's a father figure to her. The other person we think this could be is Poe Dameron. Maybe after they tortured him, they killed him and they just dropped him off. And, since technically, Poe gives her, BB-8, maybe, that's one theory. But the other theory that a lot of people are saying that this is Chewie. Which would be understandable if you want to kill off somebody, that you want to make an impact, you want to kill one of the big old characters. There's but so many that you can kill off without, totally destroying the crowd. Like, you can't kill Luke. You can kind of sort of kill Han. At least I think, Harrison Ford would want you to do that. I don't think you can kill Leia. Chewie is the next best bet because the other two are R2 and C-3PO. You can just put back together. So this is more than likely Chewbacca, which is gonna suck because I like Chewbacca, but this could be where he bites the big one. We get a scene right here of Chewie and Han and Finn basically looking up at something. It's shit just got real at this point. Next, we get a scene of a pissed off Rey. Rey is pissed off in this scene, and she is going guns blazing on somebody. This is probably after the death scene of her crying, so she's basically probably picking off, stormtroopers with her blaster there, which is interesting. We've never seen her hold a weapon other than the staff. So we get a shot of a stormtrooper getting shot. I just put that one in there because it looks awesome. Whoever's flying that X-wing has hella aim if he could pick off a stormtrooper on the ground while he's moving. We see this scene of basically people dying. There's a lot of death in this Disney movie, but yeah, this scene is definitely the rebel base getting annihilated. So this scene is either that castle that we saw. This is the scene where it's getting blown up, or this is the scene where the planet that's getting shot at with the super weapon is basically being annihilated. One of the two, but whatever it is definitely a rebel installation. We see Leia. She looks like she's worried, and Han is trying to comfort her. More than likely, this scene takes place. Something bad is happening. This could be after the super weapon blows up, whatever planet, and she's kind of having memories of, the Death Star. Or, maybe, possibly some of the main characters of her are her children, and they're just doing things that just worry her. Next, we get a scene of, we get another money shot right here. This one was from the teaser, where we saw Finn basically with the lightsaber. So we know from the first trailer we saw Kylo walking through the woods and he engages his saber. Now we know why, because he's found Finn, who has the other saber. And we see the interesting thing about this shot and the next couple shots is in this shot he looks all stoic and confident, and in the next shot he's like, oh crap, it's real. It's like the confidence is gone now. And in this scene, it looks like he's trying to prep and get ready to fight because Kylo is coming in and he's like, yo, I'm gonna die. But yeah, this is interesting stuff going on here. From the looks of the trailer and the poster, it looks like, Finn might not be the main character. He might not be the Jedi, and the Jedi might actually be Rey. And this could be kind of proof here. He kind of like, maybe Finn goes off, maybe he gets the saber and he goes off on his own to try to deal with Kylo himself, not knowing that, hey, this is real. Maybe he's a doubter. Maybe he doesn't believe the Force is real. And, maybe this is where he learns his lesson. But yeah, so that's about it for this. Sorry this went on long, but there was a lot to talk about in this trailer. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, look out for my new videos, and as always, people, let the Force be with you.